FBI wiretaps intercepted phone calls between LSU head coach Will Wade and aspiring business manager Christian Dawkins in 2017. According to those familiar with the calls, Wade was frustrated with a handler of current LSU guard Javonte Smart, who was then a top 50 recruit. Here's some of what Wade said about that handler in one of those phone calls. Again, this came in 2017. As most of it, I can't even read it. I went to him with a bleeping strong bleeping offer about a month ago. The problem was I know why he didn't take it now. It was bleeping tilted toward the family a little bit. It was tilted toward taking care of the mom, taking care of the kid. I know now he didn't get enough of the piece of the pie in the deal. It was a bleeping hell of a bleeping offer. And we brought this up earlier, and Marcus Spears rejoins us here, as an LSU alum, but more significantly as someone who I know feels so passionately about these types of subjects. Even as you read this, if you take this at face value, it basically sounds like whoever it is they're funneling money to, too much of it is going to the kid. as crazy as that sounds. At the end of the day, even the illegal stuff is slanted away from the kids in all of this. But I want to pick up the conversation close to where we left off earlier. No one is disputing that if this stuff is proven, it's going to be all kinds of trouble for Will Wade and LSU. Having said that, what does it beget? Where does it go from here? How do we solve what has clearly been identified by the FBI as a problem?
Well, what you look at right now with the FBI exposing a lot of these situations throughout college basketball is the beginning of the shift to force the conversation into how can we continue to call this amateurism when there are literally negotiations taking place to get players to come to school. That is changing hands with money of inordinate amounts of money are changing hands between schools, boosters, coaches, to family members, to handlers, to the players, whatever. It's changing the culture, G. That's exactly what we're seeing right now.
I'm with you. Can I present an idea? And I'd love to hear all of you respond because all of you cover college sports for us, okay? I'm old enough to remember a time when the Olympics were an amateur competition. They changed their definition of amateurism. Doesn't mean they pay people. Lindsey Vonn isn't getting paid a salary to go ski in the Olympics. If we want to live in a world where we agree that your scholarship to go play in college is your salary for playing basketball, I can live with that. And just remove the other limitations. Get rid of all the rest of that. Let them do endorsements. Let them get all that stuff. Then this money isn't. The FBI, we're taking behavior and making it illegal. This is the FBI, not the NCAA investigating this stuff. There is no reason for that. That strikes me as the easiest thing they could do, and I believe it is inevitable.
I like that a lot, actually. Here's my thing on that. I mean, it does eliminate the issue of how are you going to make this even for players? It can't be even. There are some players, just unfortunately, it's just what it is, that are better than other players. So if you're going to say everyone's getting a blanket amount of money, if we are talking about just paying them outside of a scholarship, then how do you make that equal? But to your point, if you say, hey, go out and get whatever endorsement money you want to get, whatever shoe deal you want to get, Zion Williamson could have a $100 million
because
shoe
these
deal.
universities are making too much money off of getting the university-wide shoe deal. And that's not going to change because the universities aren't going to relinquish that at all. But I agree. You can't put everybody on equal footing. This isn't like, okay, well, Greeny makes so much money, I get to make the same amount of money. I'd love that, but it's not actually true. All right, so when you look at college athletics in particular, this is a billion-dollar industry. Billions of dollars are being exchanged here. The FBI's look into this has to do with the fact that there's a group of people making billions of dollars, and they're going, okay, well, where is all that money going? Because we know who's not getting it. So it's clear who's not getting it right now, and thus that's why we're at this point. And again, if you think that this is just Will Wade's going to be the only one here, he's not. Wait till April 22nd when that court case hits. It's going to get nasty.
Marcus, can you live with my solution?
I can live with your solution, G, and I think it's great. But the disastrous thing for me is thinking of myself coming out of South Baton Rouge as a black kid, the thought as I mature and become an adult, the thought that you don't own your likeness, the fact that the NCAA and the rules that are in place tells a kid you can't own you until you leave away from what we're doing because of this infrastructure, it physically makes me mad to the point that I want to fight people, right? Todd Gurley a few years ago got $3 grand for signing autographs because people wanted to see Todd Gurley. And he got suspended from playing the game, which has nothing to do with anything that's going to affect the outcome of a football game or him being a model citizen and student at the University of Georgia. Let these kids own their likeness. And you know what else? It's the real world. Everybody ain't the same. same. We get paid more than most people because we on television. Some people mad about
happy
it.
for that.
Some people, exactly. Some people mad about it. Some people understand that this is the way that things go. So, example. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to make 10 times more in endorsements than most guys in the NFL. You know what the other guys in the NFL need to understand? They are not Odell damn Beckham. And that's how college football needs to go, basketball, and all of the other sports.
I think we're in agreement. We'll see. I do believe that there is a shift. It is ultimately moving in that direction.